Hello and welcome back to the ITRC, the International Training and Research Center here at the International Bowling Campus in Arlington, Texas. This is Matt Canizaro and Aaron Smith, and we're live here for the Stepladder Finals of the 2014 Super Senior Classic. We'll be underway in just a minute with our number 4 and 5 seeds. Coming in the 5 spot is Darwin Weimer. He had a nice run at the end of qualifying to grab the 5th spot. He'll take on Howard Partel here in our first match. The winner will advance to face Jim Canobla from Waukesha, Wisconsin. The winner of that match will take on Ed Roberts. And the winner there will take on our top seed, defending champion Carrie Painter. So thanks for joining us here with our behind lanes 9 and 10 at the ITRC. Opening match underway.
Howard Partel will start it off and does so in fashion. All 10 back.
Ladies and gentlemen, the number 5 seed came through with a big 237 in the last game of qualifying to secure the final spot in the Stepladder Finals. From Mesquite, Nevada, please welcome Darwin Weimer.
Tournament Director Dwayne Hagan welcoming our competitors. And here's Weimer. Big final game to earn the number 5 seed.
Right, great shot there. Leaves the 10 pin. These competitors have been here for 3 days now. They bowled 8 games over, or 16 games over 2 days, 8 game blocks. After the 16 games, the field was cut down from 38 to the top 10, and then bowled 4 more games before determining the 5 Stepladder finalists.
No problem on the spare for Weimer. Out of Mesquite, Nevada.
Now you happen to mention, of all the time we spent in Nevada in the last 5 or 6 years, not knowing exactly where Mesquite was, but I guarantee you after this week at the Super Senior Classic, Darwin's going to be a celebrity when he gets back there. The Pride of Mesquite up on lane 9. Looking for his first strike here.
Two pretty good shots here and 2 corner pins to show for it. The 7 does not cooperate. Once again, Weimer fired 237 to jump ahead of Dick Baker and Peyton Kordick to earn the number 5 seed. No problem on the spare there. Partel playing a little bit further left. Delivers the double early on. Finds himself with the early advantage here in our first match of the Stepladder Finals. Partel gets that one a little wide. Comes rumbling back out of Las Vegas, Nevada. 3 for 3 to kick off match 1. Weimer in the 3rd. Also gets the light mixer to cooperate. Looks like we got a ball game here, Mr. Canizaro.
Well, certainly the best of the best this week here at the ITRC. Bowled a lot of games, sweeper practice. Got everything fine-tuned for this moment. Battle their way into the top 5 just to have a chance at this title. You can't win it if you're not in it, as they say. Anything can happen in a one-game match, even though Kerry Painter led by more than 200 pins. Any one of these guys would love the opportunity to face the defending champion.
Another light mixer for Weimer. And he has his first double of the match. It's awfully quiet here in the ITRC. It feels like we're whispering, but an intimate gathering watching the Stepladder finals. Partel can make it 4 for 4. Connects.
Perfect shots there. Putting the pressure on Weimer here early.
Partel in the 5th. Perfect through 5. Howard Partel, the number 4 seed, averaged 208, nearly 209 over the course of 20 games to earn a spot here, and not disappointing.
So that's the most strikes we've seen all day. Not a lot of striking going on in the 4 games this morning, but these guys obviously figure something out, and they want that hardware. It's off to our right. We can see it. They can see it. Who wouldn't want to get their picture taken at the end of this?
Looks a little left off his hand, but holds line for Weimer. Had gone light the last few shots.
Got an exciting match here already. Weimer, 3 out of 5. Partel, perfect. Halfway through.
Back to the mixer for Weimer, and another strike. Matching Partel shot for shot, still finds himself down 21 as we hit the halfway point.
All right, top prize here this week, $3,000. 2,200 to the runner-up, but nobody remembers who finishes second.
Just ask Jason Queen. The first errant shot we've seen from Partel goes to the nose. Fortunate just to leave the 610. Virtually evens this matchup with the spare. Switches to his plastic ball, and no problem on the spare. Both participants clean through 6.
Again, we had 38 bowlers this week at the ITRC, up from last year. This event slowly growing. Last year, the inaugural Super Senior Classic.
Looks like a better shot from Partel and gets the 7 to cooperate, all 10 back. Weimer in the 7th. Hibbett coming in light for a few shots, a little too light that time, the 2-4-5. No problem on the spare on this 39-foot pattern. We saw a relatively low-scoring catcher's round earlier today. So they were saving all the strikes for the step ladders.
Well, Weimer's going to have to get back on it here, get back on the horse. He's down 12 and running out of room.
Light once again, the 2-4-5. Stands for a second consecutive shot. Looks like he's stuck at the line, but no problems on the spare. Still clean through 8 frames. Partel, a PBA regional champion. Can put himself in great position with a double here in the 8th and 9th. 10 falls late. Howie Partel, 7 out of 8 to start match 1 of the stepladder finals.
Great shot, a little bit of emotion. It's all right to get excited. Things are certainly going his way, and he is in control here with 2 frames to go.
Jim Canabla waiting for the winner. That looks left off his hand, doesn't like it. The baby split. Stands for Howard in the 9th. He's going to have to take care of the hard way. Puts the 3 around the 10 and open in the 9th frame. Partel still controls his own destiny. 3 strikes would be enough for a 1-pin victory. Weimer can certainly put on the pressure, though.
Well, Weimer's going to finish first, and he still has 243 as a possibility. He's going to need them all.
Weimer in the 9th. Runs a tad high, 6-pin stance.
So that drops his max score to 232. That would force Partel to mark and count.
We're in the 10th frame of match number 1 here at the 2014 ITRC Super Senior Classic. This is Aaron Smith and Matt Cannizzaro live on Bull TV. Thanks for tuning in. Darwin Weimer getting ready for his 10th frame, could max out 232. First shot of the 10th.
And that is probably going to do it here. Max score 217 with an amazing pickup here. That would mean Partel would only need 3 pins on 2 shots. So crazier things have happened, but let's plan on Partel and Canabla in our next match. Good run. And he gets it. Holy moly.
That? What a conversion. Darwin Weimer. Flair for the dramatics here in the 10th.
So mathematically not over yet with the amazing pickup by Darwin Weimer.
How about that? Fantastic.
Strike here puts him at 217. Again, Partel will need just 4 pins to win it, 3 pins to tie on 2 shots. Very nice finish for Weimer, 217. Bartel needs to keep it on the lane, stay behind the line. And this one is his, but now with that little bit of late drama.
All right, that should be enough for Bartel to advance.
Bartel in control for 8 frames, and don't know if he just let off the gas there at the end or lane started changing on him, but it's going to be just enough to get past Weimer. Certainly give him a minute to regroup and figure out what went right the first 8 frames and what went wrong to close out this game. Nice pick up there. He'll get one more shot to try something. Weimer will finish 5th, pick up $900. Not a bad couple of days here at the ITRC. Making the top 5 at the 2014 Super Senior Classic.
Really was a nice run. He was hanging around the cut line the entire week and then put together a fantastic finish in the cashier's round to secure his spot. Still a little short here in match number 1. Bartel finishes with a strike for a 234 to 217 victory.
Prevailing in our first match for Darwin Weimer. Let's have a nice hand for Darwin on a great week.
So
Now we'll
now
go on to face our 3rd seed, Jim Canobla, in the next match.
All right, there it is. Here comes Canobla from Waukesha, Wisconsin. He struggled a little bit this afternoon, but was able to maintain his spot in the top 5, coming in as the number 3 seed.
he actually had a chance to double in the 10th to move into the number 2 seed. Was unable to do that. Had some struggles here on 9 and 10. But the Waukesha, Wisconsin native has been right around the top of the standings all week. Of course, we still have 2 more matches after this. Ed Roberts awaits the winner of this match, a former Team USA member, qualified 2nd, and our defending champ, Kerry Painter. Already guaranteed a spot in the championship match for a 2nd consecutive year. Canobla will get a few shots of practice here prior to the start of match number 2. So after he gets his shots in, we'll turn the scoreboards back on and we'll be ready for another exciting game. Last year here at the Stepladder Finals for the Super Senior Classic is a low-scoring affair. The lanes proved to play a little more difficult compared to what we saw in qualifying. But out of the gates here, some big numbers. We'll see if that continues. Once again, thank you everyone for tuning in live to Bowl TV. If you are watching us on bowl.com/BowlTV, feel free to tweet #BowlTV to get your comment up in the section to the right of the screen.
Or if you just want to say hi, we'll be here all afternoon. Of course, this is just game 2 of 4 coming right up in the Stepladder Finals here at the Super Senior Classic. A little new interface for us with our Bowl TV setup. So again, get fancy, check out Twitter. You can find us at USBC. Again, #BowlTV. And we'll be glad to chat with you, answer any questions. But we do appreciate everybody stopping by. Tell all your friends. It's certainly about to get exciting here at the ITRC because we are live for the championship round of the 2014 Super Senior Classic. Can defending champion Kerry Painter make it 2 in a row? Up next, Howie Partel and Jim Canabla will battle.
We'd like to apologize to Jim for mispronouncing that a little bit during the cashers round. We straightened that out though, so. All the folks from Waukesha won't come find us now at the Open Championship, so. Knobloch will have choice of whether to start or let Partel start as the number 3 seed. Folks, please share the word about this great event. Post it on social media. Let folks know it's time to tune in.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, choosing to start our second match.
All right.
Number 3 seed, whoever
Next
is
match about to
211,
get
from
underway.
From Waukesha, Wisconsin, please welcome Jim Knobloch.
Wayne Hagen with the introduction, and Jim will waste no time stepping up here on the left lane. Again, he comes in as the number 3 seed, plus 235 for the week. An average of 211.75 over 20 games. Let's see what Jim's got for us today.
Looks fantastic in frame number 1. Partel fresh off his 234 to 217 victory over Darwin Weimer. Steps up on lane 10. That ball reads a little late. Usually 245. We saw Darwin leave a few of those down the stretch. So far, all these guys staying in the same part of the lane. Not too much variance. Kerry Painter and Ed Roberts loosening up a few pairs to our left. Awaiting their opportunities at the winner of this match. Partel in the second. Another 2-4-5. After starting with a 7 out of the first 8. In match number 1. Pattern starting to transition a little bit, and see if Partel can get back on track. Catches the 2-pin a little thin, sends it around the 4th, so it really open for Howard Partel. We'll see if Knobloch can take advantage.
Well, airing this pattern was pretty tricky all week long, 39 feet. And last game, we thought we were going to see a huge scoring championship round, but they got a little bit weird there towards the end of the game. And they're looking pretty crazy here in match number 2. Knoblauch out to an early lead here.
Looking to convert the 2 8s, and just enough to stay clean.
And with the Sperry's up 14.
Knobloch in the 3rd. Crosses over. Staring at 6-10.
That one actually looked pretty good, about 50 feet down the lane, and then it took a left turn as it got towards the pins, and he's using a little bit of surface to smooth out that back end reaction, but clearly did not help on that delivery.
Keeps the frame clean, though, to maintain his early advantage. Partel makes the correct adjustment to deliver his first strike of match number 2. Once again, thank you everyone for tuning in. We have more than 200 viewers. Most we've seen all week, so thank you everyone for spending some of your Friday afternoon with us here on Bowl TV. Be sure to tell your friends, put it on social media, Twitter, Facebook. We are wrapping up at the Super Senior Classic right here at the ITRC. Bartel in the 4th, looking for a double. A 6-pin stands in the gutter, does not lean on the 10.
There's no love right there. Wrong holiday. This was February. 6 would have taken out the 10, no problem. Instead, Bartel looking at the 10 pin.
Covers it up. Still finds himself down, but looks like he's made the right adjustment to get back to the pocket after coming in light his first 2 frames. Just needs to tweak it a little bit more and he'll be off to the races again. Great shot by Knobla in the 4th frame. Like that one from the get-go.
Great shot there, rings the 10. He liked that one off his hand much better than the last shot that went through the face on that lane. So gotta feel pretty good about where he's at right now, but really wanted that double to pull ahead here early in game number 2.
Just enough of the 10 pin. Stays clean and maintains a 12-pin lead. Shot held line, but ran a little bit too high for Howard in the 5th. The upper decker 7. Open in the 5th, a single pin miss from Bartel.
I say in a 20 game qualifying format, missing 1 or 2 single pins, of course, is never ideal, but plenty of room, plenty of time to make that up along the way and get yourself in position. But here, in a 1 game match that's already halfway over, certainly not how you want things to go at this point in the event. Now, Bartel finds himself down 24 pins halfway through. Trying to get back on track. Throws a great shot, mixes him up for the strike. No, Canobla almost did it. In control here. Clean through 5. He's been around the pocket. 2 great shots the last 2 times up. It's really his match right now. A couple strikes to really make him feel real good in this position, but essentially just match Bartel the rest of the way, and he's cruising to victory. The light mixer seems to be the key to success here in our championship round. We did see the 5-7 as the last 2 to go there, I think. Something Aaron Smith is very familiar with. But
oh, Matt, this is a super senior class. You're going to see some of those old-fashioned kind of leaves. So, do I do them with the latest equipment? Of course, but it's been a fun tournament up to this point. It's only going to get better. Ed Roberts awaits the winner of this match, and Kerry Painter still on top of the standings. That shot looks right off his hand. And the washout stands in the 7th.
we actually saw Jim bowl his last 2 games today on our featured pairs, and that was a frequent oops. It was just getting a little bit right, missing the head pin. Now he's got a challenging washout staring back at him. Gives it a run.
10-pin falls late. He was stubborn for just a moment there, but stays clean in the match too. But maintains his lead. Great conversion. A flair for the dramatics.
We've seen some very exciting spare pickups here so far through 2 games.
Bartel can get right back in this with a double. And light once again.
So yeah, at this point for Bartel, spares are not going to win it.
Luckily does not lose any count on the bucket with a biscuit. The 2, 4, 5, 7, 8.
Big crowd on hand here at the ITRC. Here to cheer on some of their favorite bowlers, age 60 and older.
It's not a fun spare to shoot at in this environment, and unable to get the 7 out.
So standing room only here behind the lanes. Our superior, Terry Bingham, checking in to see how things are going. Terry sizing up the competition. And we're ready to try his hand at the Super Senior Classic in the coming years. Right now he's watching Howie Bartel in a bit of a hole here with just 3 frames to go. Max score 192. Canobla clean through 7. And there it is, the Aaron Smith. So that shot a little bit light. Last time on the right lane bucket with the biscuit. This time the Aaron Smith might be his undoing. Certainly looked like a good shot from here, but just kind of faded down lane. Now, Aaron, you left this and picked it up 2 or 3 times every league session. But what is the best strategy for shooting this spare? As
Do that right there.
do that, no problems. Right between them.
How he takes care of the spare. Yes, it appears he's actually moved further right as we've progressed here, and the ball is, the oils start to gone down lane a little bit. He's just catching that spot down lane where it pushes a tad too much, and it might be a little too late.
Jim in control here. Terrific shot. Can't get the 7 to go.
At this point, Canobla just needs to fill frames, and he will advance to face Ed Roberts, former Team USA member, in match number 3. No problem on the spare for the Waukesha native.
All right, Mr. Smith, so I'm going to throw a challenge out there to anybody who's nearby or in the building, perhaps, watching the Stepladder finals of the 2014 Super Senior Classic. Come on down. There's a couple seats left in the bleachers. Check it out in person. Leave your computer on. Put up your away message. Come on down. And we're about to see Canobla finish things up here. And he will head to the semifinal. He's going to take on Ed Roberts from Braintree, Massachusetts. Gets the award for the best accent at this year's Super Senior Classic, but certainly as we get ready for our next match, come on down, check it out, grab a seat.
Another 7-pin stands. Once again, doing what he needs to do here. Ed Roberts plays the lanes a little bit straighter. We'll see if that helps him or hurts him in the upcoming match. It's gotten a little tricky out here.
Well, straighter is greater, and Ed talked a little bit earlier about playing the lanes where nobody else was. So perhaps that will work to his advantage. It certainly did in the 4 games this morning, as he was able to catapult into 2nd position. While others struggled, he was steady through a couple of big games and got it done. Nobody was catching Kerry Painter today, pretty much. It was his all day long, in control, really all the way since the first round of qualifying. And now we don't even have to take his picture again, because he's wearing his lucky red shirt. The Sunday red.
It's a great shot by Howard, maybe a little bit too late though. Still has 182 out there, with all 3 in the 10th. Canobla would just need a good count.
It's got to be a pretty good feeling sitting on the bench knowing that. But so you certainly don't want to let up and give anything away at this point. Stay focused, make good shots, and know that you're headed to the top 3 here at the Super Senior Classic.
The late mixer for the double. Yeah, big note here for the 10th for Canobla is this is his last opportunity to try anything before the next match. Ed Roberts will get the opportunity to practice on the pair, but Jim will not have that chance. Jim will still need a few pins to shore up the victory, but looks like he's going to go to the bag here. Perhaps give another ball a look. Partel finishes with 170. Knobla needs just 3 pins to advance. That will do it, folks. Ball change looks pretty good as Jim Knobla advances over Howie Partel. Great week for Howie. He's going to finish with a fourth for $1,100. Got off to the strong start there in match number 1. And got lost in transition, as they say. Jim puts forward a clean game, which included a nice washout conversion. He really avoided the mistakes this match. We'll see what kind of look Ed Roberts has in practice. This pair starts to look a little bit trickier as we get ready for match 3. $194 to $170. Jim Knobla officially in the books as the winner.
Coming up in just a couple moments. And a nice round of applause for place finisher, Mr. Howie Partel.
All right, folks, so we'll have a quick break, so don't go anywhere. Ed Roberts is going to make his way over to our feature pair here on lanes 9 and 10 at the International Training and Research Center, the host of the 2014 Super Senior Classic. Once again, we want to thank the good folks at the ITRC for providing us with this unbelievable facility for this great event, the second running. You'll get your first look of Kerry Painter here as well as he gets a few shots. So everyone, stay tuned. We will be back in just a moment.
And we were just minutes away from our semifinal match here at the 2014 ITRC Super Senior Classic. Jim Knobla will take on Ed Roberts from Braintree, Massachusetts, our number 2 seed. Number 1 seed, Kerry Painter, defending champion, waiting patiently over on the practice pair for his chance to make it 2 in a row here at the ITRC, but his chance still 1 game away as the lanes get fired up here. Knobla is going to start things off on the left lane. He just escaped with a 194-170 victory against Howie Partel.
Ed Roberts clipped him by 9 pins over the course of 20 games to earn the number 2 seed and the chance to select who goes first. And Jim will kick off match number 3. In the first. Perfect.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, our number 2 seed climb the ladder during the final round of competition to capture the number 2 position in the finals. All the way from Braintree, Massachusetts, please welcome Mr. Ed Roberts.
Roberts took advantage of the cashier's round, moved up from the number 5 spot all the way up to number 2 here. Direct line to the pocket for Roberts results in a 10-pin. No problem on the spare for Ed. Frame 2 for Roberts. He's 6'10". As we mentioned, Ed plays the lanes a little bit straighter than the other guys we've seen out here so far today. Two for 2 on the spares, though. Knobla in the second. Gets that ball to charge back for the early double.
And I'm seeing a little bit more, I don't want to say aggression, but an aggressive play here by Knobla coming in after his win against Partel. But coming out firing here in game number 2.
I think that was the ball he tried in the 10th frame as well. He's sticking with it. So far, so good.
Almost looks like a different player here through 2 frames in the semifinal game.
Three for 3 for Jim Knobla.
And if you remember, throughout qualifying, Knobla had a good day yesterday and was in the 2 spot for most of the way today and kind of fell off there towards the end and allowed Ed Roberts to go around him. But now he's got the advantage of 1 game already bowled on this championship pair. And Ed Roberts still looking for his first strike. And
Didn't
there it
take
is.
very long.
So he's using a part of the lane that generally the guys haven't today, farther to the outside part. He knew that earlier, that it was his to play with at that point. Everybody else was going to be inside of that. Use that to his advantage on the way to the 2 spot. And we'll see if he can get him to the championship match here at the 2014 ITRC Super Senior Classic.
That looks left again. Baby split stands in the 4th.
Roberts wasting no time getting up there to shoot that spare and chops the 3 right off. So he finds himself way down after just 3 frames. Knobla still perfect. Make that 4 for 4 as he snaps off the 10.
What a ball change in the 10th.
Well, he had a commanding lead. It was over by the time the 10th frame came around essentially, so why not try something that's proven to work?
Looking to make it 5 for 5. Knobla rolling here in match number 3. An aggressive approach here, as you said, Matt. This is looks like a whole new guy out there.
Roberts, straighter is greater. Back-to-back strikes on the right lane. Which not much he could do at this point except strike and try to at least give himself a chance.
Ball change here on lane number 9. Works for Roberts. He has his first double of the match.
Not a bad strategy.
Might have been picking up a little bit too early in the front part of the lane. Went to something designed to scooch a little bit more, but before picking up its rolling. Must have liked the first 2 shots and just saw a bad ball reaction. Knobla in the 6th.
Got that one right early and through the face, 4-7-10. A little bit of life there for Roberts. If he can keep striking now, he's lined up through 2 good shots in a row.
Only able to get one. See if that goes potentially in the end here. Roberts finds himself down 17 now. Bounces back, makes a good shot. The messenger, not quite enough legs to make it there, leaves the 10. No problem on the single pin. See if Roberts can take advantage of the open frame. Inch his way closer in this match.
Still find himself down almost 50. He likes that one. The high hard one.
Fantastic shot in the 7th frame. He's sticking around.
That one a little bit left, and he pays the ultimate price there. 4.67. I think he knew it, but he was hoping that the extra length he got out of that ball would hold pocket. It did not. He gets 0 on his second attempt. I think he knows he's in big trouble here with just 2 frames to go. Next score, 207.
Knobla on a 223 pace. He's going to take a re-rack here.
Tournament leader Kerry Painter standing by, watching. Ball reaction. Knobla goes high, leaves a 3-6-10. And despite leading wire to wire here, Painter will come to this pair. It's already going to have 3 games worth of traffic on it. All right-handers. He'll just get a couple practice shots and then have to get down to business. So some would say advantage being the top seed, maybe a disadvantage having not bowled while your opponent has bowled at least 1 game, possibly 2.
Kerry will get a few shots. He's been staying loose. He's actually been back here watching a lot as well, so I'm sure the game plan is pretty good. Just a matter of execution. pin high in the 9th frame. With the spare, Knobloch would still need a mark in the 10th to secure the victory if Ed Roberts is able to throw the last 4. No problems at all on lane 10. Two opens on lane number 9.
He's been in the trouble spot, and he's going back, it looks like, taking out the thumb. So he made that ball change, remember, in the 5th frame. Or the 6th frame, made a good shot, struck on that lane. Split last time up, it was left off his hand. That was left off his hand. Lucky to get the Brooklyn strike, keep the pressure on Jim. Gotta trust it here. Yank the last 2. Certainly you don't want to overcompensate here. Go wide right. Just refocus, make a good shot. At least give yourself a chance.
Looks better.
Better shot, of course. Leaves the 10 pin. And when you throw it terribly, everything seems to fall.
Knobloch will just need a good count here, and he will face off against Kerry Painter in the finals of the 2014 ITRC Super Senior Classic. Jim helps out with our scoring issue there. 196 in the books for Ed Roberts. Needs just 4 pins here to advance.
Just gotta grab the spare ball, and this one's likely going right down the middle.
No problem there.
He
And
gets 9, and that's the winner.
Our finals are set here at the ITRC Super Senior Classic.
Knobloch, winner of our 2nd match in a row, which will advance him into the finals against our tournament leader, Kerry Painter. And let's all have a nice hand for Ed Roberts. What a fantastic big ball he threw.
Jim takes care of the spare. He'll be in the 2 teams. We'll see what he does on his fill ball. He used this opportunity last game to get lined up. Started with the front 5. Did not strike after that, though. Might be a touch concerning. He has one more opportunity to get lined up here prior to the finals. finish it off. Jim Knobloch, 218. Ed Roberts, 196. And just like that, our championship match is here. Matthew Canizzaro.
Well, Kerry Painter coming in again as the defending champion. He dominated this event last year, the inaugural edition, and came back this year as led wire to wire. Actually led by 221 pins through 20 games. So obviously he is the favorite, the front runner. But we've said it a lot of times today, anything can happen in a one-game match. Knobloch, we've seen flashes of brilliance here in the last two games, some great shots, and a little bit of struggle. So we saw that earlier too with Howie Partel. Started off really strong and lost that momentum. So really it's a matter now of the confidence and the advantage of being the #1 seed for Kerry Painter, of course, and the defending champ. Or what has Jim Knobloch learned over the last two games that will help him find success here in the championship match. So we'll have that for you in just a minute. Coming right up.
All right, folks, once again, thank you for tuning in tuning into the 2014 ITRC Super Senior Classic. We are just about ready to get underway here. Kerry Painter will be taking on Jim Knobloch in the finals. This is how we got here. Howie Partel defeated Darwin Weimer 234 to 217 in match number 1. Knobloch defeated Partel 194 to 170 in match 2. Jim kept on his winning ways, defeating Ed Roberts 218 to 196 to get us to where we are at now. Kerry Painter, your tournament leader, all the way through, the defending champion. Has averaged 223 and change up to this point through 20 games. Can he make it one more though and become back-to-back Super Senior Classic champion? Kerry is the number 1 seed. Looks like he's electing to let Jim go first and kick off the match. So folks, if you haven't already, let your friends know on Facebook, on Twitter, all social media. The championship match is here. Thanks again for tuning in. We're glad to be able to showcase this championship match right here live on Bowl TV. Leads off just like last game, all
Ladies
10
and
back.
In defense of his title, the number 1 seed averaged over 223 this week. En route to earning the top spot in the day's finals from Fairbanks, Alaska. Let's have a great hand for Mr. Kerry Painter.
First look at Kerry Painter in the championship match. Flat 10 to start. Finals. Kerry defeated Pete McCordick in last year's championship match. 197 to 179. See how it plays out here. No problem on the spare. Problem on lane number 9 in the second. It is a familiar sight we are used to seeing here at the ITRC. Kerry Painter striking.
We saw last year's championship match. Neither player was able to throw a double until the final frames, despite big scores all week. And I think the way Kerry Painter's been bowling this week, Knobloch has no room for error here in the championship match, and he's 2 for 2, so he knows it too.
Well, we don't have to worry about that storyline this year. First double out of the way in the first 2 frames. Great trip 4 for Canobla. I wasn't sure if he liked that off his hand, based off his reaction, but able to hold line just enough and get the righty's best friend. See how Painter responds.
So again, standing room only here at the ITRC championship match of the 2014 ITRC Super Senior Classic, as Painter saws off the 10 for the double. Painter qualified 221 pins ahead of Ed Roberts. Canobla was third, just behind Roberts. So Painter really dominated this week. Said he hasn't bowled as much as maybe he did last year coming in, but certainly didn't look at all rusty. And doesn't here. Hasn't thrown a competitive ball in almost 5 hours. But a spare, 3 in a row. We've got ourselves a match here early.
Waukesha, Wisconsin native. Both players have found that spot down lane that gives them a little room each way. They are exploiting it here in the finals. A lot of strikes. Canobla looking to make it 5 for 5. After the trip 4, and the third frame runs high, leaves the 3-6. No problem on the spare for Jim. Clean through 5. Painter can jump into the lead though. They strike here in the 5th. Shimmies a little bit at the spot. Comes up light. Painter pays the ultimate price, leaving an 8-10. Wow. Takes the 1. Now finds himself down 22 in the match. So we've hit the halfway point. See if Painter can bounce back. Great shot in the 6th. See if Canobla can take advantage They miscue in the 5th.
Alright, so we've got ourselves a match here. Canova with a 22-pin lead through 5 frames.
Likes it all the way. He's left staring at a 10-pin. Conversion in the 6th.
Alright, so Jim up 21 here. Halfway through this championship match, you're watching the 2014 ITRC Super Senior Classic. Another terrific shot there, keeping the pressure on the defending champ. Painter's gonna take a breather, take a re-rack.
He can make this an 11-pin match with a strike in the 7th. Bounces back after the errant shot in the 5th frame, delivers a key double. Down 11. Painter wastes no time in the 8th. Takes over.
That one was a little bit right off his hand, and still finished strong. Rings at 10. Picks up the spare, but finds himself behind with 2 frames to go. Canavala in control.
Painter can max out for 235. Canova on a 227 pace.
Key here is to stay aggressive, make good shots. And twice so far today we've seen strong starts and then kind of fizzle out. Once by Jim, once by Howie Partel. Got to bowl all 10 frames here.
off his hand, staring at a 6-10.
So not an easy spare on any condition this week. 39 foot, 24 milliliters. Saw a roller coaster of scores.
Takes care of the spare.
Max score 247. Painter only 235. But Painter's gonna finish first. Always a good strategy when you have lane choice. You start first, you're gonna finish last, and he wants to put all that pressure on Jim to have to step up and deliver. Strike here will put Jim in a much better position. Give him a little bit of room in the 10th.
Looks pretty good. Trickles a bit high, leaves a 4-pin.
Looked a little bit slow even. Could have been a lot worse.
It's a big count there, though. With the conversion, he cannot be shut out now. Takes care of the spare, clean through 9. Jim Canobla, max 236. Kerry Painter, the defending champion, 235. What a match. Thanks everyone for tuning in to the championship match of the 2014 ITRC Super Senior Classic.
Painter cannot give away any count here on this shot. He's going to take another re-rack. Take a deep breath. Again, 235 max score. Canova, 236.
Big shot in the 9th.
That one was going left about halfway down the lane. So we're destined for another exciting finish. On that right lane, Painter went light, left a split. Threw a good shot and struck in the 7th. And then gets it slow. Lucky to leave just the 4-pin in the 9th, so that's going to set it up now. 224. That's his possible score. Canova. And we'll need good count and a clean 10th.
Aggressive shot in the 10th. And another 10-pin for Painter.
Canova, well in control here. Painter max now 213.
No block. 9 out would be enough. 9 on his first shot. If Painter strikes in the fill ball.
Painter does. 213. Sure it is. 9 here. We have a winner.
And it's away. Looks good.
That's enough.
That is enough.
Leaves the 10 pin, but that's all he needed. Even if he misses this, it's 214. So that is your winner, Jim Knobla. He will be your 2014 Super Senior Classic
Ladies and gentlemen, a nice hand for
winner.
Terry Painter. Tremendous effort this week in defense of his 2013 title.
Picks up the spare, so he'll be in the 220s.
2014 ITRC Super Senior Champion. Congratulations to Jim.